Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. Whew, it's been quite a day. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for that's been subscribing to our channel. Those who have not, please do. And when you do, be sure and tap on the little notification bell so you'll be notified every time one of our videos comes up. And if you tap on the little like button, we appreciate that a bunch too. Now, Jim and I are about to get busy again. We've been taking things on here to show, how can I say it? There are things that are difficult. I mean, difficult for everybody. One of the things that's difficult is putting rear cylinder heads on these late model soft-tail chassis. When I say late model, I mean late model evolution. This is a 97, they made them up to 99. So these ones are really difficult to get the head under the bottom of the frame here, and getting the rocker box in there. You got to tilt it 14 different ways, and I don't care who you are, you do one, and you'll forget for the next time you do one. I've done them I don't know how many times, and I still forget how to get the angle of the dangle right, and I'm hoping that by showing this, we can make it a little easier for someone. So the heads are on, and what we're going to do now is put the rear rocker box on, and I don't know, it's a good day. I'll have fun doing it. So, first, put a little grease on these valve stems, just to make them happy when they start up. Make sure that nothing goes dry. And we're ready to put a rocker box on. Now, I'm putting the rocker box on without the rocker arms. Now, what I did do is drop the large bolts through here, the box right here, and the corner bolts, because it's hard to get them in under the top frame rail. So right now, the gasket's in place, and it will wiggle around and get out of place. Jim is going to try to hold it in place, but he's not going to be able to.
No.
It's just the way this is.
You'll just get it started.
So we're just going to try to slide this in. Let's see. We did it in practice pretty well. And I must say, look at that. He still got it in place. You're my hero, Jim.
Nice.
You are my hero. The gasket is in place, and the little 1/4-inch Allen head cap screws are in, and Jim is putting in the 3/4-inch bolts that go to the inside of the rocker box. So that part went pretty much easily. That doesn't mean the rest of it will. And if it doesn't, we will pull it off and start over again. Don't put anything in tight yet.
Not just getting down finger tight.
Okay.
Plenty of room to wiggle.
Oh, you're good.
I've still got one more, the hard one to go.
The hard one.
Well,
You mean the one that's not quite as easy?
the one that's not quite as easy.
Yeah, okay. That's
a better
better.
way to think of it.
Okay.
She's going down.
You know, for an engineer, you do pretty good.
Some of it rubs off.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
That's finger tight all the way around.
Okay, now we can put the push rods in. And the push rods are right here. And what I'm doing is putting little assembly lube on the ends of them. This stuff has been all cleaned up. I'm going to collapse this thing completely to make it easier later when I get to that point. Oh, that's good. Now I can even see it. Okay. Now the way to slide these into place is quite easy because there's nothing in the way. There is the rear exhaust push rod. You want to be real careful and get the push rods in right because, and by right I mean the right length. On an Evo, your exhaust push rods are longer than your intakes. The exhausts are the outer ones, the intakes being the inner ones. Well, that looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody's happy? All right. I'm happy. Now let's see about getting these rocker arms in place. So we'll take this exhaust rocker arm. This is not the exhaust. This is the intake. This is the exhaust. But what we're going to do is we're going to put it in place. You got to get them just right and they slide right into place. We'll put it right onto the push rod. Okay, now put some assembly lube on this shaft. Well, what I'm going to do, Jim, is I'm going to run this across to you.
Okay.
Okay, now there's a notch here in this end of the rocker shaft. And it will have to align with the bolt going in here. Thank you. What did I do with that? There it is. As you can see, I use a really large persuader here to tap it in place. Now, that looked real easy. They don't always line up that easy. I mean, I don't look for problems, but I don't feel real honest if I say this just slides right together. That's just not the reality of it. And notice that I have this notch oriented over here, ready for that bolt to slide through at the right moment. Now see, we'll have to get all those other bolts tightened down. Okay, would you hand me that aluminum drift that was laying there with the mallet? That'd be the one. Again, an aluminum drift. We don't want to scratch anything, hurt anything. It's a very fancy tool. You go to your local metal supplier and buy a piece of aluminum rod and cut it off and use it for whatever you want. You can grind the ends down. You can reshape them. When it gets so short you can't hold it anymore, go get another one.
You want to know when it's flush, or are you gauging on that side?
I'm gauging on this side because what I'm lining up is the notch in that bolt. Okay, you want to hand me one of those bolts that goes in here, one of those long ones? Oh, here they are.
Yeah.
Again, by looking at it carefully and realizing where it had to go, it'll thread right in. You know, it's a 1/2 inch. If you'd give me a 1/2 inch wrench, that'd be cool. I think there's one right there somewhere, isn't there? That'd be probably the one. That'd be it. That went very nicely. The hard part is going to be getting the wafer in there.
And tightening those back center bolts with
With a socket. We'll get
Yeah.
a socket in there.
yeah.
And there are specific torques on those. And I'm telling you right now, to get a torque wrench in there and get that all tightened down the way you should is not likely. Okay, there's that one. And let's do another rocker arm,
Cool.
which would be this one. Again, we'll set the rocker arm in place. And if I remember correctly, this one,
This one was a little stiff.
yeah, it was.
Just required the right angle.
Yeah, it did.
There it goes. It's gonna go. Yep. Down she goes.
Right. A little bit of finesse, hold your mouth right, you know. And there it is. It makes me happy. Happy little rocker arms. Yes, indeedy. Just rocking away. Rocking out. Like I said, really easy, yeah. Uh-huh. Now, as you're moving it in, you watch that notch, because you're going to want that notch to line up. Now, interestingly enough, you can take a wrench and turn that thing just a little bit. Looks like I've done it before, right?
Coming home.
Yeah, and I lost my towels. Stay. Don't move again. Excuse me while I light things up a little bit. Okay, I'll lighten them up a lot. I think the bolt may drop in, it may not. I may have to back it up a little bit and put it in again. Or it may just drop into place. You know, there's a ratcheting 1/2 inch over there. That wrench, that gear wrench thing, there we go.
It's interesting, the shafts are not flush to the same depth on this side.
It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter at all. When I say it doesn't matter, what I mean is it's hard to wrap your brain around things when you're used to things being machined, and these things are cast. There's going to be quite a bit of variance in them. All the measurements that need to be in them are machined into them after they're cast.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, the point I was going to make is it's the alignment of the keyway that's the critical part, not looking at it on this side.
absolutely. Okay, I'm going to snug those down, and then we're going to tighten them by hand. I'm not going to tighten them with a torque wrench. I'm not going to get real fancy and get everything at exactly the same torque. It's just the reality of it, folks. There we go.
What size are the hex?
7/16. And I have a 7/16 socket right here. And it seems to me, if I remember correctly, I can get that in there just like this. I'm doing it, Jim.
Okay, I wasn't sure if...
yeah, those are nice, but they're too deep.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was going to be deep enough.
That's why I had to look for a 7/16 shallow socket.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now getting in here, same thing again.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Not a walk in the park.
So you're going to go with the European measurement, good and tight.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying everybody should do that. That's just what I'm doing, okay? And you can either like it, love it, hate it, do anything you want. But I want it about that tight. I want that one. Let me get this flat on here. About that tight. And their little brother over here, about that tight, okay? And that's pretty much how tight I want them. Same thing on these. And those will do last. Mm-hmm. And if you really want to be sure how tight they're supposed to be, do about 1,000 of them. You'll get it right. Okay. Now we have these here. Right here. Now we're only doing the rear one tonight. We'll do the front one when we're done with this video. But truth of the matter is, the front one's the easy one. I wanted to do this one so people could see, yes, it's difficult. And yes, you can do it. And if this tubing I'm using here looks crude, it's only because it is, and it's only because I've used the same piece of tubing for about 30 years. I know how much torque I'm putting on it. The arm still works. Not great, but it works. Okay, we're going to get these tightened down one more time, just to check them. Then we're going to go over those 1/4-inch bolts one more time just to check them. Because we want all this stuff to be a nice even tension all the way across this thing. Oops. There it is. And there is the last one. And I feel fairly secure. Those are fine. Rocker arms feel good. Mm-hmm. Now we need to get the gasket on there. Well, the center one and the big one. Oh, are they in the other room? They must be in the other room. the rubber gaskets. No, they're in the other room in that box of gaskets in there. Yeah, you can get through there. Excuse me. I was sure we had them in here. I guess not. Got them.
Okay.
Got them. Sorry. Sorry. My first mistake. Okay. That would be these. Now, what I like to do with these, I know everybody's going to laugh, and that's okay. We're going to put some white lithium grease on them. We're going to get this in, and we're going to get that wafer in there, and everything will be good. Now this video might stretch into being a little longer than I wanted it to be, but that's the way it is. Okay, now let's see, this one goes like this. Okay, Jim, you want to manhandle this side?
Okay.
And I'll manhandle this side. And that is in there, and it's nice. There, so you got to get the back of it here. Make sure it's in all the way around. Okay? Now, as soon as we get that done,
get a little grease.
Yeah,
on
let's
that
put a little
one.
grease on that one too. Had a guy write into the comment section the other day, mine's leaking in the middle there. I don't know why it's leaking. What do you think I should do? I said, well, you have to open it up and replace that seal. You know, can I get a better seal? The original seal is great. I mean, that's like talking to you. It's a 97 motorcycle you bought new. It's not very old.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's 24 years old.
It has a right to be tired.
Well, seal can wear out. Okay, we need to replace the umbrella valve here. There it is. And a new one. And I brought some dish soap over here. Give me just a little bit on my finger. Thank you very much. I'm going to put it right there on that rubber. I'm going to put that right there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take this little pair of pliers and pull that right through there. And that's all there is to it. Now, the thing is,
I want to mention something that you instructed me on these was because these are the same. These go on opposite ends,
right?
Depending on
right. That's why I left it
is.
into the last minute. Is that how I did it, Jim? From that end in first?
Oh, I don't know. This is the
hard one.
Shuffling.
This is the monkey motion. And you were going to remember how it
came out. I think that you're headed in the right direction.
I thought I was. Nope.
Put it straight through.
Straight through.
Yeah, without rotating.
Straight through.
Get it over these, and now can we rotate now?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That's the one.
What's it hitting? Well, it's hitting back here. And it won't make it through there. right through there. And I know I did it today, just so we'd be in preparation of doing it this evening.
I don't know that it matters. Can we rock the motor so that this valve goes down and clearance a little bit more on the rocker?
There's no, it's not going to help that at all.
Okay.
And now I've got it jammed in here. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to stop the camera here, and we're going to figure this one out again, and we'll be back with you.
And we'll do a little short clip then.
Now, I don't know what Mike really wants, but it's close. We'll figure it out here in a minute, and we'll get back to you on it. So for now, we'll see you out on the road without a rocker box.